Hey guys, how you doing? I know you see me in a different spot, a different light today, and that's because it's my day off from work, and I currently have nowhere to go right now, so I'm just chilling in the house for once. And this is not something I usually do because I do like to get out, I like to do things. And this is actually a part of the reason why I'm making this video too. So you're gonna see how that all works together. So as I said, like, sitting home is not something I like to do. Like, I like to keep my house in order. I like to keep it clean, and it makes me feel better when I'm out there doing what I need to do because I have a nice, peaceful, comfortable home base to come back to. So that's very important to me, having a peaceful home to come back to, a nice home. That's very important to me. But other than that, I do like to be out there handling business. But as you see, I said, let me just make a video from home. I haven't made a video from home for a long time. And really, I just felt like I wasn't able to. I probably had some times I could have, but I just felt more comfortable in the car. But today is the day, guys. So enjoy this. And I don't know when this is ever gonna happen again. And hopefully those of you who are so scared to watch my videos because you guys feel like, oh my God, she's driving and taking a video. Like, there's been a lot of comments like that. People are like, oh my God, I can't even watch because it's scaring me. Yes, guys. So hopefully you enjoy this one where I'm just in one spot and I'm speaking to you guys. All right. So today I wanted to talk about a really important topic in my life, and it's honestly something, you know, when something comes to you and it makes so much sense, and it's like you already knew this, like some part of you on the inside already knew this, but it just never, it was in the back of your mind or in the back of your brain. It wasn't in the front. So you knew it all the way in the back of your mind, but you never really acknowledged it. And that's what today this video is about. Something I've always knew, but I've never really acknowledged. This is not for everyone, of course. Not every video cannot be for everybody, but this topic specifically is something that has been in my life, something I've battled with for a long time. And I know there's other people out there battling with the same exact thing. So it must be talked about. Whatever breakthrough I receive, I'm gonna give it to y'all because you know, it took me a while to realize these things, and if I could give somebody over there the shortcut, you know, then why not, right? So and this came to me through Instagram too. So I was watching somebody on Instagram and they kind of said the same thing, but I already knew it. So it's like, wow, I already knew this. And those of us who struggle with being obese, who struggle with being overweight, or maybe you don't struggle with that, maybe you struggle with binge eating and overeating and all kinds of other kind of disorders. And I'm not no kind of therapist, psychologist to diagnose anybody. So you know what you're going through, you know what you struggle with, and I know what I'm going through, and I know what I struggle with. So if you see any similarities, then this video might be talking to you. But those of us who struggle with these things, eating food, who don't have a good relationship with food, you know, who use food as a crutch, as a safe place, as who emotionally eat all the time to make yourself feel better, or like you eat when you're happy, sad, mad, whatever it is, like it just triggers a craving, some kind of what they call some kind of like dopamine rush to your brain, because dopamine, serotonin, they're actually like chemicals in your brain that give you that go off, chemicals in your brain that are distributed when you are doing something, some activity. And there's a lot of activities that you do, including eating, that just give your brain feelings of like excitement and satisfaction. That's the biggest word. And I was today years old when I realized the reason that I've made another video about this. The reason why I've struggled with binge eating, overeating, which in turn made me struggle with weight for so long, is because I'm looking for satisfaction. I'm looking for satisfaction. I'm looking for a dopamine rush. And I've only begin to understand this about me is when I come to know myself. Like when I'm at work and let's say for example, when I'm at work, I hate it when it's slow and we have nothing to do and I have to sit around. Like that literally makes me antsy for me to sit around at work and not do anything and it's quiet and nothing is going on. But when something is going on and we're moving at a fast pace, I love that. It literally puts me into some type of go mode in my head where I'm just lining things up and I'm knocking it down. Like this is what I'm most recognized at work for completing tasks and completing them well and completing them efficiently in a timely manner. And in my brain, I just love that stuff. So growing up, I recognized that I wasn't playing sports. I wasn't in any clubs. I wasn't doing any extracurricular activities. Literally, I used to just go to school, come home and eat. And me finding out that I'm such an active person, like I love being active. This is why I'm able to work out as much as I do. I can work out anywhere from 4 to 7 days a week, and I love working out. You know, like there's many people who are overweight and they're like, oh, I don't like going to the gym, this and that. I love going to the gym. And then the other thing that people who work out daily, they hate cardio. They hate running and they hate the Stairmaster. Those are two other things that I really do like a lot. Like I can't say I really love it. When I'm doing it and I'm actually in the mode and I get into my mode in it, I love it. But thinking about going and doing it, sometimes you're like, oh my God. But I love running. I'm good at long distance running. I'm not the fastest runner, but I love long distance running. So I used to jog maybe 6 miles, I used to jog 6 miles twice a week. That was like my first, I think my second or third weight loss journey. I started jogging twice a week, 6 miles. And I just love things like that. And then the first time I used the Stairmaster, and everybody complains about the Stairmaster. You're right, it's tough. I couldn't even stay on that Stairmaster for 30 seconds. I had to drop off. But then I kept just doing it. And then eventually I was able to stay on the Stairmaster for as long as an hour. There was a time that I was literally studying for like my statistics test when I was pursuing my AA degree at the time. I was studying for a statistics test and I was studying while walking up. Now I put it on the slowest speed because that was like in my beginning stages. So I stayed on like level 1 for an hour and I just kept walking up those steps, which leads me today where I'm able to hit the highest level on that specific Stairmaster, which is a level 10. And I'm really like, I can't do it for an hour, but I could at least go hard for like 2 minutes, drop it down, bring it back up. And it just dawned on me, being active, these type of tough stuff that a lot of people usually don't like. A lot of people like when it's slow at work so they don't have to do anything. A lot of people don't like driving. These like I feel like there's a lot of things that you can overcome when you begin to understand yourself more. Like you understand what kind of person you are. And here, you can't be comparing yourself to other people because it's going to put you in a space like, why am I like this? Why is this person not like this? Like nobody likes to drive. Like a lot of women, they're like, oh, I don't like to drive. I let, passenger princess. I'm not a passenger princess. I actually like driving. Like I was an Uber driver consistently for a year and like I like that type of stuff. And it's like I don't even know why I like those kind of things, but that is really just me. And I just have to understand like that is me. There's a lot of things that I'm sure there's other people out there who like, but over my life, I realized there's a lot of people who don't like things that I really enjoy. Like I really enjoy running long distance, really enjoy the Stairmaster, really enjoy being active and getting things done and finishing tasks. Those things are like like I'm active. Like my it's probably like a brain thing. Like I love being active. So when you pair a brain like mine that likes to accomplish tasks and get things done, you and like it's very I do have a one track mind as well. I will say this. I do have a one track mind. My perspectives, I usually stay close to my beliefs, my morals and perspectives. So it's not easy for me to deter from my beliefs unless you provide ample evidence that proves me wrong. So I am someone who is kind of one track mindish. Like I like to line it up, knock them down one after the other. Like that's just how my brain works, you know? So I like clear and defined paths and strategies, which holds me back in some areas because, you know, they do say the route to success is everything's not going to be clear, it's not going to be defined, and that is the type of things that hold me back. But in other areas it does help me a lot. So when you have a mind like that, when I have a mind like that, if you have a mind like that, and you're someone who lives a sedentary lifestyle, which means that you don't have any hobbies, you don't play any sports, you just have a lot of energy. That's what it is. Like I guess I've always had a lot of energy to do so many things. And then, you know, losing weight, that just gave me even more energy as well. And when you're someone who likes to complete tasks, who likes to be active, who likes to get things done, and then you're living a sedentary lifestyle with no hobbies, you don't play sports, you don't work out, you don't have goals that, you know, clear, defined goals that you have to meet in your everyday life that leads to like short-term goals that lead to long-term goals. When you don't have those things, you're gonna turn around and become a binge eater. You're gonna turn around and overeat because you're not satisfied. And that's really the reason why I have struggled with my weight for so long, because it's just now I'm realizing I like to get things done. I have to have goals that I have to accomplish in my life. If I don't have clear, set, established goals for each and every day of my life, things that I have to get done, I go into this phase of like being bored and feeling like I'm not doing enough. And I just, you know, it's just not good for me. It's not good for me. I sedentary on like sitting down on the couch watching TV, those things are literally not good for me. Like the way I'm set up, I don't know the way you're set up, but the way I'm set up, like mentally, like I am on go. Like my mind is set up to be on go mode for real. So I have to have things to do. This is not unhealthy. I know some people already say, oh, this is unhealthy, why you can't just relax. I can relax. Like everybody doesn't need the same level of relaxation, and everybody doesn't need the same level of activity. But I had to realize for myself that there's a certain level of activity that I need. I really need, just because of the way I'm wired. I need a certain level of activity that tends to be higher than other people around me. So if I don't get that level of activity, I internalize it. I internalize it for myself, and I start to feel feelings that you know, just feelings that are not good for me, negative feelings. People have laid out that I struggle with depression, but the thing is, I never felt before that I've struggled with depression, because it's like something that I've always beat. I've always been like, if it tried to come on me, I never let it rest. Like of course, I know now that this is a feeling that tried to come over me, but I've never given it a place to actually rest and stay and like really like, there's a word for it, and really like fester in me. I've never given it a place for that, because I'm always trying to do something. I'm always trying to reach something. I'm always trying to feel my best. I'm always trying to feel my best, to be my best, especially now in my life. So I'm saying all of that to say this: the reason that you may struggle with your weight, or overeating, which leads to the way your weight is, and being overweight and being obese. Because I was obese. I'm still considered on the low end of obese, but not recently, but about a little, what is it today? It's October, so it's March. That's 3, 7. So like a year and 7 months ago, I just decided that I needed to get weight loss surgery, which was VSG. Best decision of my life, best decision of my life. Because not like, people could come to me and be like, oh, you got that, you cheated, it was the easy way out, you're lazy, whatever. But you're talking to somebody who loved working out and was working out consistently, who had a 3-year run in the gym consistently, but couldn't lose all the weight I needed to lose because I had a problem with my eating habits. I was trying to satisfy myself with food because I didn't have enough goals laid out for me, because I didn't have like a future I'm looking towards in my mind. I didn't have plans for my future. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted to do in this world. I wasn't okay with how I showed up in this world. I wanted so much changes, and I believed that there was so much out there, but I wasn't able to put myself in a position to begin on that path to start attaining those things. So because I struggle with that, and all of these things are it's very much a mental struggle. So because that was the struggle, I shifted that energy that I could have used to be pursuing goals. I shifted it into my eating, and I was eating, emotionally eating. I was overeating. Eating was literally my satisfaction in life, because I had no other ways to express that, to get satisfaction. I had no other ways, because what was my life? My life was living with my mother, work, maybe school if I was in school at the time, and then work, school, sometimes go out with friends every few months, but it wasn't anything that was often at all. Like think about being in a relationship, but not that area not being something that was going for me. Like it's just so much. And it's like, for someone who now I realize had so much energy for life, and very, very much so optimistic about opportunities and things out there, and I feel in my heart, and I know that God has so much for me. I'm feeling all of those things, but I have no outlet. I have no clear defined path or goals that I have. So I was eating it. And still to this day, I have to struggle not to eat it, because now I'm home right now, And if you deal with overeating, binge eating, and all that kind of thing, everyone who deals with that knows that being home is a major trigger. Being home alone, if you live with somebody, because maybe if you live with others, there's like an accountability thing there where they can't see you open your fridge like 10 times. But if you're here, if you're alone in your home, like no one's home or something, then that could be a big trigger for you. And I thank the Lord that's not a trigger for me right now, because I've learned, not because I've learned that is an actual issue for me, and I'm actively looking to shift that kind of desire, to shift that desire for satisfaction, to shift that energy, that overactive energy, into different areas of my life. So if I have to be the person that wakes up at 5 a.m. to go running, I have to do that, because if I don't do that, it's going to turn into unhealthy behavior. And one thing, of course, again, something that I learned about me, which this is why it's important to go on that journey of self-discovery. You have to know yourself. And me, I am prone to shifting that overactive energy into unhealthy behaviors. So sometimes I might start drinking a little bit too much, and I'll tell myself I'm drinking vodka, it's low calories, but really it's like, it's impacting my digestive system. It's impacting my my metabolism. So it's gonna block me from losing the weight I need to lose, because I'm still on my weight loss journey. So I have to be attentive to that, and I have to acknowledge that's not a healthy behavior. Never had a problem with alcohol, but still, if you're on a weight loss journey, alcohol is not a friend to you. it's almost like an enemy. But I don't like to make, you know, things an enemy if they don't have to be. It's just like there's a place and a time, and right now is not the place and the time. In the past, sometimes I shifted that energy to partying too hard. So maybe I might go out with a friend that I haven't even been around, you know, like these things are not talked about, but going out with friends and people that you don't even be around like that, like, or maybe they're not even your real friend like that, but there's someone that you call when you're ready to go to a party. Though that's unhealthy behavior too, because you're not even sure where this person's at in their mind. You're not even sure what they're going through. You're not even sure if you guys really have a relationship, or it's just all like a facade, a fake thing that, hey, maybe you're just holding on to something from the past. But you go out with these people, and I go out with these people, and I'm going hard, and and the thing is, I know that this is not something that is productive in my life. So already in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, this is the night that I'm gonna go hard, and I really do be going hard, and I'm like, let's go to the next spot, because I know that this is like probably my one night I'll be able to do this, and then I'll go months without doing this. So that's the type of unhealthy behavior that I was also exhibiting, you know, like using that one. It's kind of like binge eating, right? Because you binge eating, you do everything in one sitting. So when it came to, when I was shifting that unhealthy behavior into partying, I used to try to do everything that one night out. I used to treat it as that one night out, and I wanted to go hard, and I'm just like the person in the group with the highest energy, and nobody's as excited as me, and they like looking at me like, you know, like, girl, calm down. But it's like, no, girl, like, nah, this is my night. So it's like all that energy, I'm shifting it into areas that it don't belong. Or maybe I might shift it to be, you know, I don't want to say in a relationship, because I haven't been in many relationships at all, but like be into like some type of situationship with someone I know that is not for me, something that I know that's not going nowhere, but it's just something to focus on, because I'm someone, I don't know about anyone else, but I'm just someone who needs some type of focus. I need some kind of foundational thing to focus on, you know, and it could be anything, but I just have to make sure for me that it's something healthy. I have to make sure for me, especially as a woman of faith, as a Christian, is something that it pleases God. So I know that there's going to be something I zero in on. So I just got to make sure it's something healthy, something that pleases God. And another thing I want to say about that is, when you're choosing whatever friends, like, you just, like, for me, if I just want to party, I just choose anybody to go out with, call somebody I haven't spoken to in months. And as I said, I'm just, my one specific goal in that book is to turn up as hard as I can. This person over here, they're going through something mentally, they're going through something emotionally. So I've been in so many instances where I'm out. This doesn't apply to this video, but this is just something that I realized as well, that I've been in so many instances that I'm out with people, I'm out with a person, a friend, and this person, they're going through something that I'm not even aware of. And to be honest, I don't even care at the moment, because I'm worried about fulfilling my own satisfaction, which is sad to say, but that's what it is. And then this person is going through something, right? And you know, as soon as you're going through something, you get a little liquor in you, or maybe some weed if that's your thing, and you just start crying. And I'm a very sensitive, emotional, empathetic person on the regular, 99% of the time. But when I go into those binge modes, trying to quench my thirst, trying to satisfy myself, I could be the coldest, most nonchalant, not caring, selfish person. Like that's when I really turn all my emotions off, because I'm worrying about my satisfaction. And then, you know, you're with a friend, and they're probably going through something, and then they start crying. They get a few shots in them, they smoking something, and they start crying. And now it's like the empathetic part of me, it tugs on that. But then the part of me that's trying to fulfill my satisfaction, angry because I was like, this is my night. This is my night. I don't want to be bothered with everything I'm always bothered with anyway on the regular, because on the regular I'm always dealing with my emotional stuff because I'm very sensitive. I'm very emotional. I'm always dealing with my emotional sensitive stuff. So the one night that I get to shut all that stuff down and turn it off, now I have to deal with someone else's. You know, on like 99% of the time you can call me. I am that person that people love to call. And the thing is, I could not speak to someone for months, over a year probably, and they can call me, and for some reason they're opening up to me, telling me their the stuff that they've been through, and I'm like, wow, where's this coming from? Like, they needed someone to talk to really bad, and I'm that person for some reason. I don't get why, but I become that person. But on that night, I'm trying to satisfy myself. It's like when that happens, that is like a big burden on me, because it's like, yo, I'm not trying to deal with this. I'm trying to get this out. And that does happen too, but that's not what this video is about. But all I'm saying is that I realize that check for yourself. Like, if you deal with overeating, if you are overweight and you want to lose weight, and you find that eating is the worst part of it, because I always say that dealing with a eating problem, any kind of eating problem that you deal with, though, that is the worst kind of problem to deal with, because I know that it doesn't have as negative effects on your life as like hard drugs or alcohol or something like that. But the problem is, if you want to recover from hard drugs and alcohol, you got to stay away from those things, and you got to stay away from people who do those things. When it comes to food, how are you going to stay away from food? No one stays away from food. You need food to live. So to be addicted to something, or to struggle with something that you need to live, that is so tough. That is so tough. Like, you go to work, you go to events, you go anywhere, they're quick to offer you food. They're quick to shove some unhealthy food, some donuts, some cookies, some ice cream, some cake down your throat. They're quick. Like healthy eating is not really a thing in the world. Like, we making it a thing now, but come on, the common places you go, the places that are trying to attract you, they're not really serving you any healthy kind of food. So when you're dealing with eating problems, you do feel very alone. It is a fight that you have to fight all by yourself, and you barely have any support unless you like join a group, which is good. That's for you, but I haven't really joined any groups about it. This is a fight that I believe that I can overcome on my own. That's just me. If you need support, definitely get you your support. But for me, it's just that I know I'm gonna overcome it. And the more that I learn about myself is the more that I'm able to, use certain tools to overcome it. So it's like, I make sure I have chores. I do chores, like make sure my bed is done. Like, I have to get that energy out. Whatever active energy I have, I make sure I get it out. I have to get these chores done. I clean up. I make sure the house is clean. I go to the gym. I make videos. Like, it's just, and I need more. I do need so much more things to just include in my schedule, my Bible reading, my prayer. There's so much other things to do that are healthy for me, so I don't turn that energy to overeating. So this could be you. You could be the person that the reason you're overweight, the reason you struggle with eating. And a lot of people struggle with eating, like skinny to bigger people, overweight, they all struggle with eating. And if you hear anybody who is even in the gym, they're gonna say the gym is not the hardest part. It is the eating it is the eating that is the hardest part. And so a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people really struggle with that. But this video is to save some people who you may struggle with it, but you have to find the root cause. So if your root cause is you're just like an active person, or you're eating your emotions, you have to really get to the bottom of that, and you got to really find out what it is that you can do to try to overcome that. And for me, like I said, I make sure that I have my goals, my short-term goals, my long-term goals. I have my chores for the day, and I'm really getting things done, because if I don't, I will eat it. Whatever I don't do, I will eat it. If I'm home bored too much, I will eat it. And then it's gonna affect my weight, and I'm gonna be unhappy, because I'm really trying to get down to my ideal weight. So let me know what you guys think. Okay, like I said, you guys finally got a home video. I don't know when you're gonna get this again, but enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. The reason I look like this is because I'm getting some bohemian braids tomorrow. So I had my hair in a wrap literally all weekend. I got my little half shirt on. Guys, you know, I've always wanted to wear half shirts since it became a thing. And these became a thing in like middle school, people wearing half shirts. And I was never able to wear them because, you know, my stomach, I gain weight in my stomach predominantly. Like if you look at me, I have slimmed down all over, including my stomach, but it's really my stomach, which it has that last bit of weight. It's not a bit, it's about 40 pounds of weight that I see that's in my abdomen area, in my back area, that I really have to work on, really trying to build that muscle. You guys see my my clavicle, I think that's what it's called, popping out. That is very exciting. So losing weight, it's an exciting journey. I can't tell you how much it's helped me mentally, spiritually, physically, really overcome a lot of mental blockages. There's going to be things that you felt like you couldn't do, so many confidence issues, self-esteem issues, insecurity issues that you can overcome by losing weight. Because a lot of people, when they see you on this journey, be like, oh, you're obsessed, you're obsessed, the gym is not everything, being small is not everything, being skinny is not everything. But listen, when that weight comes off, there's something that is connected to it, that other things in life fall off. And people are like, oh, what about skinny people? Skinny people have issues that we can't see on them physically. Those are the things that they have to overcome. But they're lucky enough, and I'm not going to say lucky, because sometimes having extra weight on you could be easier than some of those other issues that other people might go through. So be thankful for that. But like I said, if they're smaller, we can't see their issues. But because eating is our issue, you could see that issue on us. And there's just so much that you tap into that changes when you decide to put yourself first and lose that weight. So don't let anybody tell you different, because it is true. I see the difference, even how I'm treated in this world. And I know people are like, oh, how do you know? They never knew you when you were slim. I'm not even talking about the people who knew me then and knew me now. Of course they see the difference. They're like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. You look so good. You look so good. But I'm talking about the difference when you show up in a room. You know what it used to be like, and you see what it is right now. So it's worth it. Like I said, I wouldn't change this for the world. All the decisions I make, every weight loss journey that I was on and I ended up falling off, I wouldn't trade it for the world, because that just shows that I have something. I'm a fighter. I have something in me that is gonna stand up and fight for me. And that probably goes with my overactive nature as well. So do it for you guys, don't do it for anybody else, and keep this going. Get to the root of these issues so we can overcome and we can lay hold of everything that we want for us, and we can become our best self. Now you guys have a good old day. All right, I'm so happy I made this video. I know I had a lot to say. I'm sorry I talked so fast. I'm trying to slow it down, but you guys, y'all be good. All right, I hope you guys got some for this. Have a good one. Bye. See you soon.